Hi everyone. Today tutorial all about AWS Textract. The Textract is one of the AI service provided by AWS and what the Textract can do. So Textract can be used to extract the text content from the document such as PDF and JPG or any other text document. With this tutorial, I'm going to show how to extract the content from the JPG file and step by step through the Lambda. So stay tuned. As usual, if you like my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So let's get in. Management console. The first thing what we're going to do, we create a new Lambda. So search a Lambda in the search bar. And so I do have a couple of existing one. What I'm going to do, I'm creating a new Lambda. Give it a name and choose the runtime as a Python 3.9 and keep the other setting as a default. So click on the function. Right, the function got created. So what we're going to do, we need to add a bit of permission because we are accessing the S3 bucket. So the scenario is we put the image file into S3 bucket. The S3 bucket trigger the Lambda process the image file, and we can see the actual content in CloudWatch. That's the plan. So what we're going to do, we need to give a permission. So basically, if I go to configuration and the permission, and open the role, the default role, and what I am going to do, I am giving S3 full permission and Textract full permission. Add policies, S3 S3 full permission, of course, and then the other one is Textract full permission and attach policies. Right, the role has a full permission to S3 and the Textract, and we don't need. I'm closing this one, and the Lambda is ready to go. So what we're going to do, already I do have a S3 bucket created with the standard S3 bucket, nothing major. So what we're going to do, I'll copy some code into here, and let's go through the code after that. So as you can see, I paste some code into Lambda, and before go through this code, we need to do, we need to add the S3 event. As I mentioned, we put the file into S3 trigger the Lambda process the image file and extract the content. That's the plan. So for example, the one of the file we are supposed to process at the initially, this is one of the image file we're gonna process. This I got from this from the Google. So this is kind of form. So this is a image file, image we're gonna try. So what we're gonna do, I'm going to add triggers, select the S3 and select our demo bucket Textract. That's our bucket name, and keep the everything is default. This says whenever any object comes to this S3 bucket, it's trigger the Lambda. Right, so the S3 trigger is added, the code is there. What I'm going to do, I'm copy this code into VS Code, and then we can go through the some walkthrough on the code. Right, so this is the code. Hopefully you can see. I think it's big enough, and so it comes with a few methods. It's used the bottom, the AWS SDK. Let's start with the Lambda function, the initial entry point. So as you can see, this is nothing much. Basically what we do, it's get the S3 record and get the bucket and the file name, whatever the file we push to the S3, and we just print in them, and we call the one of the method called get kv map. So what does it do, the kv map? If I go into the kv map, as you can see, it's get the bottom client for the Textract, and call the analyze document method on this client. So we are passing the object, for example, in this case S3, and you can pass of course a byte stream sort of thing, and we pass in the feature type as a form. So feature type, because in this case what I'm interested with the form, this is the image is like a form, that's why I'm as a forms. So if I go to the documentation, as you can see, you can pass in tables, forms, queries, and signature, like whatever the supported type is mentioned here. In my case, I'm interested in the forms, but this is an array. You can pass any number of type, and it's returned the data. And I'll put this Boto3 documentation. You can refer, but otherwise you can Google it and find it. Right, I'm going back to the Lambda function. What this KV map function does, basically we get the response, the analyze document, return the response, and in the response we do have blocks, a property called blocks. And the first thing what I'm doing, I'm printing this block, and I'll show you what is blocks look like. Then then it's easy to go through this code, and it's more makes sense. But before going showing this what is this block, I'll quickly go through this. What I have to do, it's block gets as an array, and I'm going with going with each block and finding. As you can see, it's a block type is key value set. As I mentioned, these forms are come with the key value. The date is a key, February 1st of 2019 is a value, right? So what this trying to do, basically, if the entity type is key, it's pushed to the key map. If the entity the key is not entity type, the entity type is not key, that's mean value, that's pushed to the value map. So if I go to the block, we can see this is very clearly. And what has to do, it's adding, and it's passed to the follow method. So once you get the key map, value map, and the block map, what we pass in to get the relationship. We do have another method. If we quickly go through method, what does it do? It's go with each key map and finding the relevant value, and based on the value we get the actual text. So you can see we get the text, and it's appended to the array, and that's all it does. If you go to the key value pair, you can see these kind of properties in this block element. I'll show you that block, and then we'll come back again. So let's go with the everything is set up, Lambda is ready, and what we're going to do, we get this file, we upload one of the the same file I supposed to process. This is the file I'm going to upload. Right, this is a file I just uploaded. Like we will close it, and let's go to our Lambda and go to monitor and open our CloudWatch logs. Let's see what does it look like. Right, so the file is, this is a log file is got generated, and let's see. As you can see, the Lambda has I'll go through here. What does it do? We do have a print blocks, and this is a print blocks, and actually then we are printing all the key and values. Like if I quickly go through the key and values before that, so you can see the callback is in this, and it's come with it says it's selected. And if I go to the fax number, let's say for example fax number, you can see fax number is 762-555-68 blah blah, and 2, and from all the message, for example in this message is got clearly got as a key value pair. So that's something really good. Like what we're gonna do, we will look how does it look like this block element. What I'm going to do, I'm copy this whole block. It's a big nice block. It's hard to copy even. Let me copy that. It's very big, and we will go through some of the item. copy up to the blocks. Oh, okay, let me copy again. It's not really hard, it's a big blocks. Oh, right here. Okay, this is the one actually. Copy. If I come to my VS Code and a new file and paste it, and I change into it's a JSON file, and do a bit of formatting. Right, so as you can see, this is a very big response. So what I'm going to do, I'm like it's a build one, it's never ending. What we're gonna do, we will find something like as per the key value set, right? What I'm going to do and finding key value set. So this is extract, we don't need, and this is the file, right? So you can see if you see the block type. So for example, if I find the block type, usually this let's find the block type first. As you can see, the block types are pages, lines, and the word, and there should be something like selection element and the key value set. So in our case, what we're going to be finding the key value set. For example, if you go to the very first one, this is a key value set, right? So if I go back here, right, as you see in the code, what we are interested, we are checking the block type is key value. That's the one we are bringing. If I go back to here, key value set is this. This is a new object. As you can see, this one say, if we go a little bit down and a little bit make it smaller, key value set, and the type, entity type is key. That means this is a kind of key value block type is key value, and within this object you can find the key, right? And the other thing is you can see relationship. In the relationship you can see type is value, right? So this object contains the key, and if you want to find the value, you need to go to the this ID. Basically it's referring everything is back to like a link list. It's back to the IDs. They are matching a relationship using the IDs. Like if I want to see this ID, this is basically key. As you can see, key. If I'm going to copy, this is the key and this is the value. So if you want to see the value of this key, I'm copy this ID, and if I find this, you can see 3 instance, and this is ID, right? You can see this is says call, right? So if I open the image file again, if I see the first one is a call, right? But as you can see, this is only for the call. It doesn't have back. So what I'm going to do, if I go back to my key value set, right? So key value set has a 2 child. This is a key value as a 2 value, basically key. If I go to the key, which is called call, and as you can, this is a 2 word. The call is a 1 child, the back is the other child. If I go back to here, if I find this other one, as you will see, this this is ID. You need to find ID, and you can see that it's a back. The second child is a back, right? That's how they are mapping each other, right? So now I'm back to here. So the key, we figure out the key is a callback now using this ID. If you want to see the value, what we're going to do, we copy this one and let's go to the copy, right? This says it's a type of key value, and the entity type is value. That means, okay, this is the value of the key value set, right? So if you want to see the actual value, so you need to go this. If you copy this, and if you find that, you can see it's a selection element. So as you can see, if I open our image file callback is a tick, it's a selection, that's why it's a say selector. This is how the relation between the key and the value it's built up in this response, right? So if you go with another one, yeah, pretty much same. Like if you go to the date, yeah, it's pretty much same. Date is in the key value, the key of the key value object, and the February, this date is a value in the key value object. So this same thing going side by side. That's how like if you want to see the actual debugs, you can do kind of some like a print in this block element and then go and have a look, and you can query and you can find the actual content what you are interested in. So same thing as the all this method does the kind of just mapping with the key and value and get the text, right? So now let's go with the actual output, right? Let's say if I go back again, as you can see, everything is perfectly matched, and it's ready. So let's see, I'm quickly add another file. For example, there's another file called, let me check, file from, and this one, for example, this file. So I'm gonna upload this file from 2. This again I got from the Google. I don't know what is it, but it's just a kind of hardly the resolution is very low, right? If I upload this file, the second file, right, it's got let it to upload, right? All right, it's got uploaded. If I go back to my Lambda, now if I show you this, the item, let's see. Okay, it's still processing. Timeout as 3 seconds. Okay, because my Lambda has a timeout as a 3 second, I didn't change. What I'm going to do, I'm going to change the general configuration and edit. I'm going to increase to 15 minutes. So this is good. Like people get this kind of error, and maybe sometimes get confused. Just read the actual error message, then you can figure out what's the actual error. So for example, you can see the Lambda is task timeout after 3.06 seconds. Usually the default Lambda is a 3 seconds timeout. You can go up to 15 minutes. That's the maximum you can go with the Lambda, right? So what I'm doing, I'm uploading the same file again, because the first time it didn't go through. It's a timeout of the Lambda. And let's check the file. Hopefully, yeah, it's create another log file. Let's have a look, and I'll get more spaces. And if I open the file side by side, right, let's say this is really hard to see, right? For example, if I open the, let's say, position for which you are applying as advertisers. For example, let's see if I can find something, position for, oh yeah, this one, position for which you are applying as a, as you can see, it's a red, the ad being clack. It's really hard to see, but Textract enabled really intelligent to grab this kind of information. For example, if you got the education department or something, department of education was advertised, education, they think like this is a space, but you can see the education, it's nicely get. Same thing for everything, like if the identity number, for example, identity number, it's perfectly took 900 101 and ending with the 87, right? It's perfectly read the file. And same way you can read the for example, tables and most of the content, right? Hope you enjoy this video. So if you guys have any question while it's running this kind of demo, and please comment below. I'm happy to help. And as I mentioned, the code will be I'll push it to GitHub, and the link will be in the description, right? So thanks everyone, and hope everyone enjoy. And if you like my content, please like and subscribe, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. See you on next video.